Welcome to the channel. My name is Lee, and in today's video, I'm just going to update you guys with some things that I've had going on, as well as do a little Inktober time lapse where you can see my favorite drawing pens in action. Some of you may have noticed that I've missed a couple of videos over the past couple of weeks, and that is mostly because fall has just kicked me in the butt in ways that I didn't expect it to. I've just been so much busier than I thought I could be, especially considering the fact that I don't have a job right now. I've been doing some volunteer work, and that's actually taken up the majority of my time over the course of October, and which is something I need to get a handle on. I've also been trying to do more art, which in some ways I have, and in some ways I haven't. I've been doing markets, and I did a lot of markets in September, strangely, and I expected to be doing quite a bit of markets in October, but I've only done a couple, so I haven't made as much money as I thought I would be making. And I'm actually probably going to, partially because of the trip that I'm on, I'm actually going to be needing to get a real job sooner than I thought. Fortunately, I do have an opportunity that should be ready for me when I get back from this trip. So that'll just be like a canvassing position with the organization that I volunteer for. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have some reliable cash flow, which I am in dire need of. And that will hopefully help me get through January and February, which I anticipate being another challenging time period, just like it was earlier this year. I hope it's not as bad though, and I don't think it will be. So yeah, I've been doing all of that stuff. I've been trying to keep up with my schoolwork, and sadly, the videos have kind of taken a back seat to all of those other things. And I'm really excited that here in Warsaw, I have some time to myself without outside obligations to get a video out for you guys. So in the beginning of this trip, I went to Chicago. My husband was working at a hospital there, and he hated it because they put him on third shift when he signed up to do second shift. But because of the fact that they breached their contract, he was able to back out of it. So I went up there to sort of help him move. We also got to celebrate our 9-year wedding anniversary. We hung out in downtown Chicago for a while and got to see the Chicago Philharmonic Orchestra do the score for The Nightmare Before Christmas, which was in this beautiful old historic theater. So I'll put a little bit of footage and pictures and stuff up here for you guys to check that out. And after that, we came back to Warsaw. So because my husband was able to get out of his contract in Chicago and lined up perfectly with the hospital which he loved working at here in Warsaw, uh, needing to hire somebody, he was able to come back here. And we both actually now have friends here, and it's like a little second home almost. So that has been really fun, and it's really exciting for him to be back here. It's exciting for me to know that he's going to be in a place where he feels safe and a sense of community when I'm back at home in the mountains. And yeah, so that's about what we've got going on. And I guess without further ado, we can go ahead and show you guys my drawing setup and kind of what I've done for Inktober so far. Okay, so I am. Hold on one second. So I'll give you guys a quick overview of my little travel art setup here, and then I will switch to a time lapse where I can just focus on making this art, and I may do a voiceover for that. So here's my traveler's notebook. Hope you guys can see it okay. And I'm going to take out my traveler's notebook sketchbook insert, and I'm going to flip to the back here and take out my Sailor Tuzu in a fine point and my my Lamy Safari also in a fine point. You'll see that these have very different sized points, even though they're both called fine point. I have got my Sailor Fude nib pen with a document gray ink inside. I've got my Pentel pocket brush pen with Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Both of these have the Noodler's Heart of Darkness in it. I've got a Pentel brush pen that has sort of a cool gray. I probably won't be using this. I've got a little Zebra M301 0.7 millimeter mechanical pencil. And a Prismacolor plastic eraser. So that's the whole setup, and I guess now we can go ahead and talk about my Inktober project. This year I really haven't dedicated myself to Inktober much. I thought I was going to do a painting every day, but for the same reason that I haven't been uploading videos, I haven't been doing much of this style of art. So I think I've done 8 pieces as of right now. Most of them, well, all of them I did inside this journal here, but I actually took them out to scan so that I could use them to make postcards and stickers and things. And so I only have 2 in here, but I'll go ahead and leave some pictures for you guys to see what those other ones looked like. And then here are my 2 that I have in here. I thought I was going to do like a skull theme. Me and my husband both have been kind of thinking this October and Halloween is kind of all about skeletons and skulls. This, I think, is something like a groundhog or some kind of creature like that. And I took a reference photo of this skull at the North Carolina Science, or the North Carolina Natural History Museum, which is kind of like a science museum. And then this was just a kind of freehand, from memory human skull that I did. So we're gonna do something kind of in this style. And yeah, I hope the lighting is okay. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this going. So you can see that I have already done a border here, and yeah, I think let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, so right off the bat, I did lose some of the footage here, so forgive me for that. But I started off with my mechanical pencil doing a sketch of this little snail that I took a reference photo for. And I used my Sailor Tuzu to get all the fine details on the snail. That's one of the things that I love about this Sailor Tuzu, is that it gives you this really consistent, really fine line. Here I'm switching to the Lamy Safari to get a bit of a thicker outline on the snail so that I can then start doing the background. Now I started off thinking that I was going to make it a bit of a realistic drawing and do all of this dirt and rocks and stuff that was in the reference photo. And I quickly realized that I did not have the patience to do that. So I end up just scribbling it all out, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. But I actually really love this footage because you can see here just how easy it is to do these scribbling lines with this Lamy Safari. And that is what I love the Lamy Safari so much for drawing, because it gives you this, yeah, you can use it as freely as you would a pencil when you're sketching. So here I've switched to the Pentel Pocket Brush pen to get some of this shaded effect, and now the Sailor Tuzu to do the wood grain on the border, and I'm doing one more layer of hatching, and that is pretty much the drawing. And yeah, I just, like I've said before, I just feel like the Lamy Safari and the Tuzu really work well together as a pair. I just love both of these together. I'd like to get one more of each to kind of round off my sketching setup in brown and not in brown, in gray instead. I hope you guys enjoyed that little section with my Inktober setup and the time lapse. If you did, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave any questions or comments in the comment section down below. I'll probably close out this video with some footage from Warsaw, maybe some Halloweeny things, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night. Happy Halloween, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.